Hello everyone, Karling here. Welcome back. I hope you are all doing so well. I've got a 22-minute upper body burn and then a little bit of core to start us off. So equipment today, we have an optional resistance band, so totally up to you if you have that or want to use it. We have a Pilates ball. You could definitely use a pillow as well. And then I have a light set of dumbbells. So it'll be a good one. Let's get into it. All right, so we'll just take a couple minutes here just to bring our minds and our bodies onto our mat. So wherever you have landed, we'll start to take some nice big breaths in through the nose, filling the rib cage, and then finding that exhale through the mouth. Just noticing how the body is feeling today as you breathe, letting go of anything you're really holding on to. One more big breath in, we'll reach those hands all the way up high to the sky. Exhale, we'll forwards fold, find that nice flat back. And when you lose that flat back, just let everything fall. Maybe you start to pedal out the feet a little bit. And then rolling up really nice and slow, vertebrae by vertebrae. When you get to the top, go ahead and roll those shoulders all the way up and down the back. Shake everything out. We'll reach those arms nice and wide, just opening up the chest. And bring those hands back together. We reach. Maybe the nose goes to ceiling. Exhale, hands come together. Good. This time we'll reach those arms out nice and wide and we'll start to just draw little circles backwards. Maybe they get a little bit bigger. Maybe you bring your body into it a little bit more. And we'll switch directions, starting small. And maybe they get bigger. Good. Roll those shoulders up and down the back, shake it all out, grab some water if you need. We'll make our way down to our mat. So we're going to take the dumbbells up a little bit closer to the head of the mat, and then grab that ball or your pillow, whatever you're working with. We're going to tuck it just underneath of the shoulder blades, coming all the way down, hands behind the head, chin is off the chest. We're going to start to lower the chest down onto the ball. Exhale, we squeeze, lift. We start to lower. Exhale, lift. Nice job. So we start off with a little bit of a center core push today, and then we will get more into the arms and upper body. Doing amazing. So trying to keep it nice and slow, controlled with that breath. Good. We're here for 4. We hold at the top in 3. Amazing. You're so strong. Last 2. Nice job. Last 1, we hold. We're going to pick up that left foot up to tabletop, so knee is right above the hips. Exhale, we reach that toe all the way out. Inhale, knee comes to tabletop. Good. Exhale, reach. Inhale, in. Nice job. We're here for 4. Try and keep that chin off the chest. Good. Last 3. Amazing. Can you reach a little bit further? Last 2. Last 1, we hold that toe out, little pulses. Keep the chest lifted. Now, if this is a little bit too much, you could always pop that ball out from under you. Keep the chest down. We're here for 4, 3, amazing, 2, and 1. Left leg peels in. We start to go back to those slow lift and lowers. Exhale, lift. Good. Now, if you want, you could always outstretch those legs too. Gives you a little bit more instability, so this might feel a little bit more challenging. Really breathe, exhale. Nice job. Keeping those elbows nice and wide. Doing amazing. We're here for 4. You've got this. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1, we hold up, reach those arms out. We're going to lift the arms up towards the ceiling. Feel a little bit of that tension start to move. Inhale, hands come down. Nice. Exhale, we reach. Inhale, down. Legs wherever's comfortable. Exhale, reach. Inhale, down. Last 3. Amazing. You've got this. Last 2. Last 1. We hold, little pulses up. We reach. We reach. There's that core. Good. So belly button is squeezing towards the spine. We're here for 4. We hold at the top in 3. Nice. Last 2. Last one, just hold. Squeeze everything, belly button to spine. For 4, hands behind the head in 3, 2, and 1, hands behind the head. Right leg peels up to tabletop, so knee is directly above the hip. We start to exhale, reach. Inhale in. Nice job, you've got this. Reach. And in. We're doing amazing. Good, we go here for 3. You got this, last 2. Nice job, last one. We go back to those crunches one more time, nice and slow. Exhale, reach. Exhale, reach. Good. Everyone's doing amazing. You got this, stay with me. We're here for 4. Last 3, so good. Last 2. Last 1, we reach. Hold. For 4. Last 3. Can you go up an inch higher? You're so strong, 2. And 1, roll up and out of it. Good, maybe take a second to arch over that ball, and then slowly peel your way up to seated. We will pop that ball just to the side of our mat. Now, if you have your resistance band, if you're working with that for a little bit more, we'll pop that above the knees now. We're gonna roll over to side lying. So knees are in that 90-degree position. We're coming down onto that right elbow. You have either 2 dumbbells in front of you for a little bit heavier work, or you can just use 1. I'm gonna start with 2 and then drop to 1 as we go. So we're gonna start with just finding that clamshell. So external rotation with that knee, drop it down nice and slow. So you've got a couple options here. You can keep the toes together, or you can lift that toe up nice and long, and we push against that resistance band. So same thing if you don't have that band. We've got body weight and we are pushing against that. You're doing amazing. Once you've got that, we start to add in a little arm raise. So nice big reach. Exhale, lift. Awesome. Good. Everyone's doing amazing. So try not to dump into that arm that's on the ground as much as well. Good. When this starts to get heavy, maybe you drop 1 dumbbell. You've got 8. Nice work, you've got 7. We're gonna add on in 6. Last 5. You've got this, we go 4. Last 3, still pulling that core up and in, we go 2. We go 1, option to stay here, or we pop into our side plank with that clamshell with your arm raise. So lots going on there. You can take the parts that work for you, and you can leave the parts that don't. Maybe you go for the full thing. Maybe you go for just the arms, maybe just the legs. Whatever works, we're here for 4. You go 3. Amazing, we go 2. Last one, we hold. Elbow comes in, little pulses, up an inch, good. You're here for 8. 7, can you lift that leg a little higher? Maybe we pulse both, good. We go 4, breathing 3, amazing 2, and 1, let it go. Good, we're gonna roll onto our back. Grab both of your dumbbells if you would like, or you just use 1. Dumbbells stay in the left hand, we roll all the way down. Right hand is planted, head, neck, and shoulders are into the mat. Feet about hip distance apart. As you exhale, we're gonna start to lift the glutes up as we find that chest press. So nice big squeeze, single arm chest press with your glute bridge. Now, if that glute bridge does not feel good today, you just take the arms, finding that single chest press. Nice job. Doing amazing. Good, we're here for 8. Breathing, you've got 7. Last 6. Now, if you have that band, you're pushing against that band as well. Good, we go 4. Last 3. We're gonna hold the glute bridge in 2. Last one, hold the glute bridge, bring the elbow down. We've got pulses from that bottom range of motion, so we're pushing about halfway up, little squeeze, and drop. Little squeeze up to halfway, and drop. Nice job. Little squeeze, drop. Little squeeze, and drop. Good. We go 4. Last 3. Nice 2. And 1, we've got full range. Exhale, we press. And inhale down, amazing work. Exhale, press. Good. Last 3. We're gonna go top range of motion in 2. And 1, keep the glutes lifted or lower them. So we come down to halfway, elbow nice and wide. Exhale, we press up all the way, squeeze. So really, really nice and controlled. We reach. Good job. Now you're only here for 6. Glutes are working as well. If you have that glute bridge, good. We go 4. Last 3. Amazing. Last 2. And last 1. Bring it all the way down, nice and slow. Awesome job. Shake that out. We're gonna roll up and over onto that other side. So scoot your knees underneath of you. 1 or 2 dumbbells up into that shoulder. And then feet in that in about 90 degrees like you're sitting on a chair. We start with just that leg. Nice job. So squeezing, find that external rotation. So really finding a little bit of hip mobility work here as we move. Now remember, you have that option to keep those toes apart. Depends what feels good, depends on the strength of your band as well here. And then we start to add in those arms. So nice big squeeze. Little squeeze, nice. Good. So keeping that arm slightly bent, we protect those joints. Good. Now this one can get sticky fast. So you stay there as long as you can. And when you start to maybe slow down in that range of motion, maybe you drop it to 1 dumbbell. That's okay. You're doing great. Nice big squeeze. We're here for 8. Awesome. You've got 7. Breathing for 6. Yes, last 5. Stay with me. Good. 4. We switch it up in 3. Good. You've got 2. Breathing. Last 1. Good. So option, we add on that hip lift. Exhale, we reach, arm comes up, everything folds down. So maybe you take this, maybe you leave it today. You work in wherever feels good and challenging for yourself. Some days that might be different, and that's something that's okay. Good job. We go for 4. Last 3, wherever you're working, we go 2. And last 1, big squeeze. Bring it all the way down. Nice. Shake that out, take a breather. We'll fold those legs back underneath of us, take it down to our back one more time. So I'm gonna start with both dumbbells in my hand. Elbows nice and wide. Head, neck, and shoulders are resting into the mat. So option for that glute bridge if you like. We start to lift the arms up, finding that wide chest. Exhale, we reach. Nice job. So remember, you can lose that glute bridge, you can keep it. Maybe you want a little bit more fancy work today. You take a little external rotation. Good. Breathing here. Finding those movements really nice and controlled the entire time here. And if you're taking that glute bridge, you find that belly button to spine at the top, nice big squeeze. Awesome job. We're here for 4. We're gonna take that lower range to pulse in 3. Good job, we go 2. Nice work, last 1. Option to hold the glute bridge, bring that elbow down. Good, so we lift up to about halfway, squeeze and drop it down. Lift and drop, good. We go 6. Breathing for 5. Back to full range in 4. You've got this, last 3. Last 2. Last 1. So we lower the hips as the elbow lowers, we reach all the way up. Good. Now if you feel like you even want a little bit more, maybe we hover those hips in that glute bridge, everything reaches up. So we're really stabilizing as we move through here. Nice job. In 4, we go to top range. In 3, yes, you go 2. Nice job, last 1. So we go top range, elbow bends into about halfway, everything squeezes up, good. Nice work, everyone's doing amazing. You got this, we go 6. Breathing, we go 5. Awesome, last 4. Last 3. Nice work, last 2. And last 1, bring it all the way down. Drop your dumbbells. We'll rock and roll up to a seated position whenever you feel ready. All the way up, those knees fold underneath of us. Hands come down, we've got that quadruped. Maybe taking a couple cat-cows here just to release through the body. And exhale. Nice job. Last two. Awesome job. Last one, we reset. So hands come down, knees and toes behind you. Our hips are just over top of those knees. We're gonna reach that left toe back to a hover. Exhale, we're gonna reach the heel up, drop the toe down. We're gonna reach the nose to the ground, little tricep press, all the way up. So back heel lifts, tap, one tricep push-up. Good. So maybe in that push-up, you're going down 1 inch and coming up. That's great. If you got a little bit more today, maybe you take that. In 3, we're gonna add on. Nice job, we go 2. Awesome, last one. Okay, little combo. We go down halfway, 2 pulses, all the way up, knee comes into elbow, we send it back. So maybe that toe hovers on the ground, maybe you keep it lifted, we go down halfway. 2 pulses, strong press up, knee into elbow. Good. We go down halfway. 2 pulses, strong press, knee into elbow. Awesome. Now when that knee comes into elbow, try not to let the hips move too much. We're trying to keep the hips nice and square to the ground. Good job. We go 2. Good, last one, big push. Press up, knee into elbow, toe reaches back, we tap. And lift for 8, 7, good, 6. Breathing 5, you got it, last 4, 3, 2, and 1 little breather. Whew. Roll those shoulders up and down the back. Awesome job. We're gonna take it back to our plank one more time. This time we reset in downward dog. Exhale, glutes go up high to the sky. We are pressing those heels down into the mat. So take a second to pedal out the feet here if you need. Nice. Awesome job stretching those armpits towards the ground, maybe wiggling through the hips if you need. Good. When you're ready, we're gonna press into our down dog. We're gonna bend the knees down towards the ground. We scoop the nose back over towards the hands. So exhale, down dog. Bend the knees down. We scooch the nose forwards all the way to plank. Down dog. Bend those knees. Find your high plank. Awesome job. So try to keep this really nice and controlled. We're here for 3. Yes. Last 2. So good. Good, and last one. Hold that high plank. We walk those toes out 1 inch and in 1 inch for 4. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Nice work. Take it all the way down. Roll those shoulders back, maybe finding your child's pose. We'll walk those hands over to one side, little stretch. And then over to the other side. Awesome job. When you're ready, hands come behind the shoulders or below the shoulders. We're gonna extend that right toe up and back. Exhale, we're gonna reach that heel up and drop it down. We just start to find that reach and drop. Nice job. We're here for 4. We're gonna add in that tricep press in 3. Last 2. Last 1. So toe can come down or stay lifted. We drop it down. Little press in the back leg. Good. This is our last set on the triceps, so really try and do your best to find that control. Taking that nose right over top of the mat, if that's something for you today. Good job. Last 2. Last one, we're gonna add in that little combo. So we drop the nose down to halfway, 2 pulses, strong push up, knee drives in towards the elbow, squeeze, press it back. We drop the nose, bend through the elbows halfway, 2 pulses. Press up tall, we bring that knee into elbow. Exhale, press back. We drop it down, little squeeze all the way up, knee into elbow. You've got it. We're only here for 5. You go for 4. Really take these pulses a little bit deeper if you can for 3. Nice. Strong core maintained. Even when it gets tough, you go 2. And last one, finish it off, big press. Knee into elbow, we press that toe back, little squeeze up an inch, and down, little tap for 7. We go 6. Last 5, doing amazing. Last 4, last 3, strong back body, last 2, and last 1, bring it in. Shake that out, amazing work. Grab some water if you need. And then optional to come to standing, or you can stay kneeling. I'm gonna stay kneeling for today. Got a little bit of a shoulder burnout to finish off here. So go ahead, grab those dumbbells. You could also do this with wrist weights, or you could do this with just body weight as well. So we'll roll the shoulders up and down the back. We're gonna turn the palms to face the ceiling, elbows in close to the body. Exhale, we reach, we serve the platter. Inhale, elbows come in. Now, if you want to make this a little bit more dynamic, you can add in a little hinge at the hips. Exhale, everything presses. Nice job. So strong. Last few minutes of work here. You got it. You're doing amazing. Keep working. We're here for 4. We add on in 3. Last 2. Good. Last 1, we serve the platter, arms reach out to the sides, doesn't have to be big, hands come in, elbows come in, we hinge at the hips. Now maybe it's just the arms here, totally good too. Maybe add in that little hip hinge. Exhale, we turn those elbows out, we bring it all the way in. 1, serve the platter, good. We're here for 3. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Turn the palms in, hands to the hips. Exhale, left elbow comes up. Drop it down. We got a lateral raise and right. Good. We go one side and then the next. You got it. So really trying to keep those shoulders away from the ears. I like a slight bend in the elbow. Nice job. In 3, we take it to both arms. In 2, last 1. Good. We take both arms up, big squeeze, drop it down. Exhale, reach, drop it down. So strong, good. We're here for 8. You go 7. Keep breathing, keep working. Last 6. Good. 5. You've got this. We go 3. Nice job. We go 2. Last 1. Good. Hold the arms up. Palms face the ceiling. We start to draw little circles up and back. There's those shoulders. We got it. Good. In 4. Keep those arms lifted. In 3. Last 2. Last 1. We're going to flip the palms for 8, 7. You go 6. Yes. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Awesome job today, everyone. You did so amazing. Roll those shoulders up and down the back. Take some time to stretch, to move, grab some water. Be so proud of yourself, and I will see you next time.